I also want to echo the thanks from the other two speakers for the work that you're doing, UCLG, the work the CIB platform is, working group is doing, and the leadership, Amelia, that you're showing in this. This is really very active and very relevant and helpful for all of us. I just want to spend a few minutes talking about the role of LGAs, and I kind of see there are two large buckets of thoughts to have here. One is around serving members, and the other is around managing our own affairs. So let's talk about serving members first. There's a really important role that we all know about we're playing in knowledge sharing and developing a platform for sharing of knowledge so that people can understand how best to address the COVID crises, how other people are addressing the COVID crises. And that's certainly a role that Capacity and Institution Building Platform is also playing with. The second area of serving members is really to listen and understand. We at FCM have weekly phone calls with the mayors in the big cities. We have weekly phone calls with many of our rural members. We're all reaching out individually. So I'm talking to several mayors, maybe 3 or 4 every day, just to listen and understand and help them. First of all, help them understand that we're there to help, but also to understand their needs and their priorities, because we need to, as a third priority for us, we need to be able to roll up the individual concerns and challenges into an aggregated, coherent set of policies and programs to advocate on behalf of the membership. So we can talk all that we want to the big cities or the small towns. At the end of the day, we have to identify a coherent policy, set of policy needs that we can then articulate to the federal government. And so in that regard, we're having weekly meetings with the Deputy Prime Minister. We're having regular meetings with ministers relevant to the COVID crisis and relevant to our members' needs. And we're able to articulate a common set of issues so the government can understand that there's a coherent set of thinking around municipal needs. And so instead of getting 1,000 voices saying, we need this, we need this, we need this, they're getting really one voice saying, we need these 4 things. And for us, it's really about medical equipment to make sure that the supply is strong in the cities and towns and the hospitals. 2 is to protect vulnerable populations, the people on the streets, the people in shelters who are very vulnerable to this crisis. 3rd, and most importantly in the medium and long term, is the financial viability of our municipalities. I don't know about elsewhere, but in Canada, municipalities are deferring the property tax payments for citizens. They're deferring the utilities payments for citizens. There's no parking fines, there's no parking fees, there's no recreation fees. So there's a huge drop off in revenues. The City of Toronto is losing $60 million a week as it continues to run its public transit system, as all cities are doing here in Canada. So somewhere there needs to be some financial support for the cities. There's lots of financial support for individuals and businesses in this country in this crisis, but somebody needs to backstop the municipalities, because we all know the municipalities are on the front line of the public health system in every country and in every city and town. And so they need financial security to continue providing the services that citizens need so badly. So really, there's 3 things there around serving the membership: the knowledge and platform, listening and understanding, and developing a coherent policy platform that you can then advance with the national government. The second area I just want to touch on is managing your own house. We deliver incredibly important services and role. We play an incredibly important role in our country. It's been said by Jan, it was said by the UN Habitat representative, it's been said by you, Amelia. It's so true. We are incredibly relevant. This is a really important time for municipal associations to be strong and play a very active role, not only in the crises, but also, has been said by previous speakers, in the thinking about the future. So we need to manage our own house. We need to make sure that our staff are supported in ways that they can work from home effectively and efficiently. But as many people have said to me, we also need to be looking ahead to 2021. So in some cases, people aren't expecting really the return to normal in terms of revenues and economy till 2022. So how do we keep our own house in order now? And how do we look towards the medium-term future to protect our role in that future while we go back towards normal? So those are a few thoughts, Amelia. I hope they're helpful. It's really nice to see everybody, and never forget the role of associations has never been more relevant and more important than it is today. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Brock. We totally agree with you. And the thing is, we are relevant, and now we need to make sure that we are fit for purpose. And there will be things that we will need to change, but we will also need to ask for help, and we will need as well to get a different space in the decision making for the aftermath. Very, very important issues that you have brought up. We are closing here the opening part of this exchange. We are late, but I think it's worth it. And now I leave it to Sebastian Hamel to facilitate. He's the co-chair of the CIB working group, and will be facilitating the first exchange among colleagues from other local government associations. Some of them are local government associations that have directly benefited from support of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities, and from some of the programs that we put in motion many years ago, direct from the CIB working group work. So I'm really very pleased, Sebastian, that you are able to facilitate this session, and thank you for joining us, and good luck to you.